Anguilla is our home. We've been here since the beginning. We are the only indigenous bank on the island. We are the pulse of our communities. We are the bank with a difference. Our commitment to building Anguilla means we value our relationships, friendships, homes, and businesses. Everything we do is done with care and expertise. We serve our people with integrity and pride, ensuring we transact with confidence. It's our passion to help our people and businesses succeed, making sure every Anguillian has the opportunity to flourish in a beautiful country we call our home. Welcome to the People's Bank. Welcome to the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, our listeners on our Facebook Live. I know we have our usual customers that follow us on our many events. I want to welcome our media that is present with us in the room. A hearty welcome to everyone to another press conference held by NCBA. So this morning's press conference is really going to be talking about how NCBA will transition into its back office to a fully automated environment. And so once we speak about full automation, we're really speaking about significant benefits to you, our valued customers. To speak on this initiative this morning, I have two esteemed colleagues on my right. I have Ms. Marisa Gums, our Manager, Projects and Card Services, and also the CEO of IBIS Management Associates, Inc., and that is Clark Russell, as I said, Chief Executive Officer of IBIS. Marisa will start off with a few brief remarks, and then we will follow through with Mr. Russell.
Thank you, Ms. Francois. A pleasant good morning to everyone in attendance and those joining us online. I am extremely excited today as we begin our collaboration with IBIS Management to fully automate our processing system using Alchemy and Swiss Road services. This partnership is just one of the initiatives that the bank is embarking on as part of its wider digital transformation. Our customers are at the heart of every decision we make at NCBA, and as such, this partnership will undoubtedly result in better service and greater satisfaction for our valued customers. This new system will allow for improved productivity and efficiency, but I would like to bring it a little closer home by focusing on the advantages of this for our wire transfer customers specifically. The things we buy at the supermarkets, hardwares, cosmetic stores, apparel stores, and other businesses here in Anguilla must be imported from overseas, as we are all aware. And these businesses are expected to pay for them, with the majority of payments being made via international wire transfers. These payments must be made on schedule in order to meet shipment dates and other obligations. Therefore, the automation of our wire transfer system using Alchemy and the use of straight-through processing via Swiss Route will allow the bank to be in a position to significantly reduce the completion time of our entire wire transfer process and enable our customers to meet their payment deadlines. For our customers receiving incoming wire transfers, such as our pensioners, the straight-through processing will now mean your funds will be in your account much quicker. In fact, the advantages to all of our clients cannot be overstated. As we seek to expand our business and move forward digitally, this partnership with IBIS Management will allow us to remain competitive, improve our processes, enhance security, satisfy international compliance standards, and provide for greater customer satisfaction. I'd now like to turn it over to the CEO of IBIS Management, Mr. Clark Russell, to give his brief remarks.
First of all, thank you. It's It's a pleasure to be here, and I want to actually congratulate Ms. Francois and team to keep pushing the bank in the direction of innovation and increased efficiency, and of course reaching memorable service to your clients. For many years, IBIS Management has been helping financial institutions throughout the Caribbean, as well as Central America and South America, to reach operational excellence and to improve the way their business is done, especially in the payments processing area and the back office automation. Straight through processing and innovation is something that is hard. The key, the license within the key of all operations of each bank. So it's something that we've been providing and helping banks with throughout for over 20 years. You mentioned it already. Clients have become or are becoming more and more demanding in terms of service levels that they need, in terms of accuracy, in terms of the fast services that need to be delivered when processing payments. But not only that, I mean, the global standards of compliance and regulation is also putting a burden on the operation of the bank. And with Alchemy, NCBA is now equipped to not only provide the high level of service that your clients demand, but also have the correct tools in place to make sure that these payments are handled correctly and with the high level of standards required in terms of compliance and operational excellence. So congratulations. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Marisa. Thank you, Clark, for the brief presentation. I know we have the media here with us. At this point, we will open up before we, or should we sign off? We have a contract that we firming up the arrangement with IBIS Management. So we will do the signing at this point, and then we will open up to some questions. If there are any questions via our Facebook Live, we can also attend to those questions. Okay, so the signing has just taken place. So the relationship is official, yeah, as of today, the 11th of October. We're going to be bringing better value to our customers. And so we are very excited about that. Anything to improve the service to you is important to us at NCBA. So just questions, any brief questions from the media?
Very active period. How long will this activity ever? 10 years?
Okay, so the initial relationship is a 5-year, but that will be a growing relationship because the automation is going to be supported as a long-term arrangement, but the initial contract is 5 years.
So how will this filter down to the ordinary, to the
Marisa, you can say.
Thank you for that question, Mr. Hodge. As I would have indicated in my brief remarks, one of the areas that would directly benefit in the first instance would be our wire transfer department. So I would have explained how, the process of the wire transfers for the business customers and, for example, the pensioners for the incoming wire transfers. So where we would have had perhaps a 7-step process for our outgoing wire transfers. Through the use of Alchemy and the Swiss route straight-through processing, those steps would now be reduced down to about 2 steps. So that would mean that when you come into the bank and you come to the wire transfer counter to process a wire transfer, initially where it would have taken perhaps 2 days, 3 days to go out, now we will see that wire transfer leaving the bank the same day.
So the wire transfer from an Anguilla account,
Yes.
NCBA, my NCBA Anguilla account,
Mm-hmm.
to an account that I have in the United States is now a 2-step process.
Currently, It's multiple steps in the process currently. However, right, with this, we are going to be able to scale down those steps significantly. So where we would have had 6 to 7 steps involved, it will now be down to a 2-step process. Hence the reason why the wires would be able to leave the bank in a much quicker time frame and hit your account wherever it may be on the other side of the wall much faster.
And will it be capped? Will there be a cap in terms of the amount of money that can be transferred?
That is basically based on our procedures, our in-house procedures. This system will not take that into consideration because that is a part of our in-house procedures. So we will take the necessary procedures as it relates to the requirements, etc. However, it's when the wire hits the system, it is how fast the wire is then pushed through, for example.
So to me, that did not answer my question. So if I wanted to come in, say, and transfer more than $10,000, because I know there's a 9,000, used to be, I don't know if it is anymore, there used to be a cap in terms of what you could transfer, I think, without getting the international finance people involved. Is that capped? Is it, well, one, is that still a regulation, and is 2, will that play into this wire transfer?
So presently there is no cap as it relates to how much funds you can send out. I think what you're probably referring to is the incoming wires with the $10,000 limit, which is a part of the regulations. I think that is where the $10,000 limit comes into play for the incoming wire transfers in terms of what you're supposed to present to us to clear those funds. Yes.
Thank you. So I have another question. What exactly is alchemy? Is that a banking process? Is that a system? I'm not a banker, so I don't know what alchemy is.
Thank you for that question. Yes, alchemy is an automation. It's a platform. It's a software a solution that we have developed to make it possible for payment operation of a bank to be automated in a way based on business rules, what we call the business rules. So each payment nowadays, as Melissa just explained, have many steps that now are taking place manually, and those are now automated into the platform based on the same type of business rules that NCBA uses to process outgoing payments, but now are going manually. Now those steps will be automated and go much faster, and also based on international compliance regulations that make it possible for NCBA to maintain their corresponding banking relationships at the higher level.
If I'm correct, does this mean that NCBA will be trained to an international bank whereby transactions can be done?
I didn't understand the question.
Well, yeah. So does this mean that the NCBA will be trained to an international bank?
Trained?
Trained.
I'm not sure if your question is in relation to correspondent banking. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Yes, so with Alchemy, that would improve our prospects. So right now we have one correspondent bank. So with Alchemy and automating a lot of the back-end processes, enhancing our compliance procedures, etc., that will make us more attractive as a bank to be able to attract other large-tier correspondent banks. Yeah, so that is a positive step for the bank. So as Clark would have mentioned earlier, right now, again, just to drill down into the processes now, if a customer comes in to do a wire, we have to manually do all of those checks and balances. So John Doe is coming in to do a wire, we have to go into a system separate and do what we call a compliance check on that client. All of that has to be done manually on the sender, the beneficiary bank, all the parties in that wire transfer. So that's what's lengthening the process. With Alchemy, As soon as we input it from, you input the information from the sender, beneficiary, intermediary bank, all the information, once it goes into the Alchemy system, Alchemy does all of those compliance checks. And then if there is a compliance hit, where there is an issue, then it's flagged, and then we would attend to that, but in an automated environment. So, and so the expectation is that with the straight-through processing, a wire will leave the bank within minutes of it coming in. So that's how efficient the system is. Once it's inputted from the foreign exchange tellers that we have to the front, it's inputted in the system, all the steps are in an automated form. So no longer those, it have to move from hand to hand and department to department to get sign off and review, etc. Everything is now automated.
And this process will work outgoing and incoming?
And both outgoing and incoming is even nicer, because it just comes through, all the checks and balances are done, and it goes straight into a credit into the customer with no human intervention once there's no compliance hit on that transaction. So where a pensioner would get a regular monthly, seamless. So it's a very good tool. I mean, NCBA, we are actually late in the process in coming on as a client. And so we are, excited to at least to go into that direction. And the wires is only the first step. The platform is wide. There are several other modules as we transform and as we, look at fully automating for instance, our payroll right now. That is something we want to fully automate. So that relationship, what we sign off today, is just the first step. There'll be a second, a third, and fourth until we can reach a stage of full automation. Yeah, so that's the intent. So that at the end of the day, our customer service would be at another level. A lot of the delay now is because of the manual, that manual environment, manual input, manual verification, etc. Yeah.
Just to add to what Ms. Francois would have just alluded to in terms of the other modules that we will be adding on, I know one of the things that our customers, especially those online, speak about a lot of times would be the credit card payments and the manual intervention that takes place there, which prohibits them from being able to get their credit card accounts credited in a timely manner. So I just wanted to also add that is also one of the systems that we will be, the modules that we will be looking at signing on with Alchemy, which would allow for the credit card payments to be processed in a much quicker manner. So I thought it important to add that, because I know that is definitely one of the areas that our customers on social media speak about a lot. So I just wanted to highlight that greater things are coming as it relates to that. Oh yes. I would have spoken to the wire transfers, and that is the area that will be impacted immediately when we commence this project. And also, as by extension, one of the things that we will be also looking at through the use of Alchemy and Swiss Route would be where our customers would be allowed to then request their wire transfers online. So right now, that process is sort of manual, because you make the request and then we still have to process that in-house. However, this will allow us to have the process done seamlessly from the online platform, where it does not have to then wait until the bank is opened the following day for us to go and manually type up your wire and release it and all of those different things. So that is also one of the areas of added benefit.
One more question. Is there a service charge to the customer for any of this?
No, not at this time. No. Our wire transfer fees will remain the same.
Any more questions? I see Mr. Peter is writing. Any more tough questions for us? No?
No question. clear.
Yeah, if it was not in that current environment, we would be shaking hands. But you know, no handshaking. Yeah, we can we can do the elbow. You know, no.
Good. I think this is something that everybody has been looking forward to for a long time, the wire transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was challenges with a lot of folks that wanted to do business and could not have. So with this initiative, we hope that things will be much smoother for those folks who want to do their business.
Yeah. So just to speak on implementation, we are in discussion right now to see in terms of planning out the implementation. So the hope is within at least by January, February, we will announce when we go live. So we will go through the process with IBIS and see how quickly we can get that service fully automated, so that we can start to see the benefits of that new investment. Yeah, so it's an investment that NCBA is making. IT is a significant cost. And notwithstanding the environment, we are making that spend because, again, we understand that we need to provide. Our customers are asking for improved service in those areas, and we need to meet our customer needs. And so, notwithstanding, we are making the capital spend in order to allow for that.
So January is the hope.
Yeah,
February.
Yeah, but once we launch it, we love to interact with you, our media people, and our community. So once we get to that stage, we will have a little splash in terms of launching the product, and at that point we can even look at doing a demo in terms of from the customer point of view, and to see how best we move forward. But you will be fully aware of when we go live with the new platform.
Great.
So better days are coming.
It's always a good thing.
Okay, so at this time, I would just like to thank you, our esteemed media, for joining us on this momentous occasion for NCBA, and to all our viewers online. I want to thank you for your continued commitment to joining us. As Ms. Francois would have indicated, we have an ardent set of viewers online, and I just want to thank you for tuning in to this live today. And we look forward to, as Ms. Francois said, greater things from NCBA.
Thank you.
Anguilla is our home. We've been here since the beginning. We are the only indigenous bank on the island. We are the pulse of our communities. We are the bank with a difference. Our commitment to building Anguilla means we value our relationships, friendships, homes, and businesses. Everything we do is done with care and expertise. We serve our people with integrity and pride, ensuring we transact with confidence. It's our passion to help our people and businesses succeed, making sure every Anguillian has the opportunity to flourish in a beautiful country we call our home. Welcome to the People's Bank. Welcome to the National Commercial Bank of Anguilla.